Gonna cut out. Should have.
No, it's not. We didn't pay for it.
Oh.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing this evening? Ask everybody to kind of move up closer to the front. If you
Oh.
what you do? You jump out
Scared of the first row?
to the computer.
Cedar.
To the All right. Hi, y'all. My name's Ricky McElroy. I'm a overcomer, an addict, an alcoholic, and a whole bunch of other things that I ain't gonna name because it'll take all night. And I'll come tonight because I wanted to talk about staying strong in the fight. Today I'm celebrating 38 years today. And I'm I hate to say that I'm in a rare group of people because I'm one of those that came in, got one chip and stayed. And it wasn't because I know what to do and all of that. It was because I was too scared to die. And that's what really kept me doing this deal. And today I still think about it because I know for me, one is too many and 1,000 is not enough. But see, that's one of those things that they drilled into my head and told me, you know, and one of the things is how I got to the point of doing this deal for the last 38 years is doing it one day at a time. And one of the ways that it took was I had to go from the I can to we can. Because every time I said I can, I couldn't. Because I've done it for years of trying to do it on my own. You know, I would say, well, I'm gonna quit. And that quit would last until I could get to the bar. Or I could get to y'all said it earlier, the trap house.
Yeah.
Huh? I could get to wherever it was, or to whoever's house that had it, and find whoever got it. Cause see, you know, sometimes folks ask me, well, what was your drug of choice? My answer was, what you got. That was my answer when it came down to the end, is what you got. And the problem was, it didn't matter what you had, because if you had it, I'm gonna take it. It didn't matter if you were gonna give it to me, I was gonna take it. Okay. Because that's how it had been got. It went from starting out of wanting to do it to fit in, to having it to do it to stay going. Because I couldn't, there was no way I could stop. There was no way I could get to that point. You know, there was one time I was in the Navy and I'm on the ship and we was out for 45 days, and after 30 days, I run out. And after I run out, I said, I'm gonna quit. Well, we got back and forth 45 days later. Where the place I'm gonna go hang out at? At the bar. And I sit there and I drank Cokes from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And then from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I tried to catch up for all that I didn't drink from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So I started at 10 o'clock at night to 2 o'clock in the morning trying to catch up. So I was downing them left and right to catch up. But I had to say it. After 30 days, when I run out, I'm not gonna do it no more. But what happened? I didn't change my thinking. I didn't change where I went. I didn't change how I reacted. My body said, here's where you need to go. My mind said, this is where you need to go. The one thing that we have to look at is the fact that when we made this decision, it's real easy and safe when you're in treatment. Right. If you're really in treatment. Because where I went for treatment, I know several folks that came to treatment and they was getting high the whole time they was there. I had a couple of them that was real good friends. They left out, went, got high, and come back. and then told the folks that they hadn't got hired, but they had to do a UA test. And then they had to do a blood test. A couple of them, they went and pulled straight of their hair and said, let's check and make sure. Because see, they had to, because see, we such good liars, we'll lie to ourselves and then lie to you too. Because see, the first person, remember one thing, the first person you got to convince of the lie is who?
Self.
So if I'm gonna tell you a lie, I gotta convince me of a lie so that I can make sure that you believe the lie. So now, here we go. So now I done got all of these lies on top of lies on top of lies running my life. So here's the thing. What they started telling me was, you got to unlearn all them lies that you done told yourself. All them lies that's all up in your head that you believe is the truth. That was some stuff that I thought, because I had been told the story so many times that I thought that the story was real. And then after having about 10 years of clean time, I had a dream and it showed me what I had been saying was not real.
Right.
Because I dreamed the exact thing that happened that day. It didn't go nothing like what I had. Because see, I was real good. I've been real good for years of telling you just enough of the truth to make me look good. Just enough of the truth to make me look good. Now, when all this stuff come up missing at your house, I say, well, I seen some guys that left here a while ago. I didn't tell you that I was one of those guys that left here a while ago, huh? But I seen some guys that left. Yeah. Telling you just enough of the truth. So the process came to the fact that we have to get to that point where we find a new way to live. We have to adjust ourselves and adjust our thinking and everything. Because here's one of the things, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and 2, it says, therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand on the throne of God. Now, and read that because, see, here's the thing. When you start going and hanging with people who are really working the program, you're around a great cloud of witnesses who can show you exactly how to navigate through the ups and downs of life and the ins and outs, and you don't have to go back to doing. Because see, if I'm leaving it up to my own thinking, if I'm leaving it up to my own understanding, if I'm leaving it up to my own mental capacity, then I'm setting myself up for failure. Because see, right now is the greatest time to be just like a baby. If you just now starting, I seen somebody get a desired chip, others got 31, somebody got 90. This is the beginning. Because, and the process of this thing is to keep going. Once you start, keep going. When somebody tell you, because see, there's gonna be those, when you get out, there's gonna be your old friends that are gonna come by and say, let's go do one. Let's go do this. Let's go hang out. Let's go, hang out at the car wash. You know what, at some of the car washes, what they got going. Let's go over to this party over here. Let's go and do this here. So if I start putting stuff in the path that takes me to a different place than that, then I'm putting something in process. Because see, we start putting things in the way to keep us from having to go back into the old way of living. We start trying to learn how to do a new way of living. Because if we start doing on a daily basis, hanging out at a NA group or AA group or overcomers group or church service or something, we're putting that on a daily basis. getting people that we call on a regular basis and talk about how we feeling that day and letting them hear when the change happens, when we really got that spiritual that day, when we really, when our whole being is saying, I want to get high, and they say, and they can hear it, but you can't.
Yeah.
And they can say, hey, hang on, something going on. Let's talk about it. Tell me what's really going on. Share the real deal. You know, because you got to get that one person that you really be truly honest. Truly honest. I mean that gut-wrenching honest. That honest that you don't even want to be with yourself. Because I know for so long, I didn't want to be honest. Because see, when I started this deal, I said, I'm going to tell just enough so that I can get these folks off my back. Because I had folks talking about, well, you need to work the steps. You need to make plenty of meetings. Well, I'm making plenty of meetings. See, I'm an overdoer. So instead of making one meeting a day, I was making at least 3 meetings a day. I was overdoing, overachieving, trying to grab it. Because see, I figured I only had 2.5 years to grab this thing. If I didn't grab it in that first 2.5 years, because that's my track record. My track record said I can put my mind to doing something for 2.5 years. My first marriage lasted 2.5 years. My second marriage lasted 2.5 years. This third one, I'm still in it. 27 years later, I'm still in it. Amazing. Changing the track record. Yeah. Changing the record that's playing in my head. Changing the thought process. Because see, it's all about changing each part, but I got to surround myself. What I just got to do, there's surrounded by a great crowd. I got to get surrounded by a great crowd of people who are doing something. Because see, I got to hang out with a bunch of guys that had, when I came in, several of them had 36, 38, 32 years, and I was sitting back in the back looking at them. And I seen the cars when I walked up to the group. I seen the cars that they were driving. They were driving Lexuses and Cadillacs and all of that. So I'm gonna get them to show me. But see, I also thought, here's my great thinking. They come in the meetings. They got good cars. They dressing good. They got money in the pocket because when they pass the basket, I seen. I'm watching everything. Because see, I'm Slick Willie. I'm getting slick, so I'm watching. Because they're gonna teach me how I can pay my bills, how I keep out of jail, how I keep my job, and I can still get high. That's my great thinking. That was when I came in, because I didn't come in to stop. I just come in to rest for a minute. If you come in to rest for a minute, it's gonna get worse next time. I'm just gonna tell you. It's gonna get worse next time. Because everybody that went back out and come back in, I asked them, how was it? And they told me it was worse. And when they told me it was worse, it made me say, oh, I need to stay just another minute longer. I don't need to go out there. They done went for me. Right. So your deal is, if you're making it to meetings, if you're hanging around people that's coming to meetings and they stop coming, they come back, you ask them, what happened? Let them tell you. Now, some of them say, I don't know. Because most of the time, that's the best answer, that's the most honest answer they can get. Yeah. Because, see, we don't understand what's really going on. Because, see, if I got real spiritual with you, I tell you, you're in a spiritual battle. But see, I can't, that's just like trying to feed steak to a baby. If you don't give the baby the breast milk or some powdered milk or milk of some kind, then you're trying to feed them solid food. Their system can't handle it. See, so we got to try and help you get to that point. Because see, I can tell you about the ups and downs of doing this thing for 38 years. See, but there's a lot of ups and downs in life. But see, here's the thing about that ups and downs. The ups and downs in life means I'm living. When it's good and when it goes and it's not. Because sometimes hitting them valleys is a training session to help me to get higher in enjoying life. Because see, we have to go through those low valleys. But see, when you go through those low valleys, when things start hitting you, because life keeps happening. The bills keep coming. I still want to eat on a daily basis. And if y'all look at me, y'all can tell I ain't missing no meals at all. And see, I keep doing what it takes because see, they have this real good saying, insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. Guess what sanity is? Doing the same thing, expecting the same result. And the reason I say that, expecting the same result, if I do what we call the 5 alive, I get up in the morning and I pray and I ask God to keep me clean today. Then I get my Bible, start reading some scriptures and stuff and putting it in my mind. And then I get on the phone and I call somebody in recovery, somebody who's spiritually lifted, will help lift you up. So then I make it to a meeting. And then I turn around before I go to bed at night and I thank God for keeping me clean today. And then I do that again the next day. See, I start that process over and over every day, that process. Now, have I done it perfectly? No. But I know what it takes. Because see, at any time during the day, if everything starts going wrong, I know I can start that day over with. So that means if my day I got up and I missed doing any parts of that, I can stop and start over. First I stop and say, okay, God, let me get back focused on you. All right. And since I got a phone with a Bible app, then I can open it up and read the scripture. Get back focused. And since I got a phone in my hand and a bunch of numbers, I can call somebody. And then what I got to do, what we're doing right now, make a meeting. Come and listen. Come and get something. But see, here, I'm going to tell y'all something. The great thing about if you want something, bring something. Bring your best to the meeting. Bring your best to come and if you get here, you bring your best to give. And see, when you get here, your spirit will help somebody else that's looking. Because there might be somebody coming and they can't get to that giving part. They got to have something to receive because they're so empty. And if you got something to give, because see, if they say your testimony, first we have to go through the test. That's what, when you start this recovery process, you got to go through the test. Are you willing to stay the distance? Are you willing to go to any lengths? Because that's the question that all recovery groups ask. Are you willing to go to any length to stay clean? Are you willing to go any length to understand what God has for you? Are you willing to surrender totally, completely, 100% to get there? Because see, you got to get to that point where you have to surrender completely. Step one. When we get step one, that they say you have to do that 100%. Yeah. I have to do that 100%. How do I do that 100%? I have to concede to my innermost self that my life is all jacked up. I have to myself know that problem that's at the center. Because here's the deal is, I hadn't drank or did any drugs for 38 years. The only drugs I've done is those that the doctors prescribed, or some Tylenols, ibuprofen, something like that for knee pain, hip pain, headaches and stuff like that, sinus stuff, over the counter. And I've done it as close to the instructions as possible. Because see, I had to work through a process. That process is, if 1 is good, 2 is better. If 2 is good, 6 is better. Y'all see my math? Y'all understand my math? If 4 is good, 10 is better. See, and so I had to relearn math because of my mathematics was jacked up. My thinking was jacked up. My how to live was jacked up. And sometimes today it might get jacked up. If you ask my wife, it's a lot of times it'll get jacked up. But see, here's the thing is, I have to keep pushing and hanging in. And what I'm trying to share with you, if you're ready to win the fight, you got to stay in the fight to win the fight. Because see, here's the thing, that if you go to any 12-step group and meeting, one of the number one things they tell you, the only way you can use it is if you pick it up. You have to make the conscious decision. Because see, if you run up and see somebody and they hand you a drink and it's full of alcohol and you don't want no alcohol, as soon as you smell it, you recoil. Yeah. But see, if you ain't set yourself up to recoil, because see, what's normal for me, after 38 years, what's normal for me is to take a good cold, a one on the rocks. See, when I was affording it, my drink, the choice was 151 Everclear and what you got. Old English 800, Slits Malt Liquor. I didn't want no weak stuff, I wanted the strong stuff. So you know, if I done that on the drinking, what did I do on the drugging? I had to have the strong stuff. Yeah. It wasn't the weak stuff, I had to have the strong stuff. Because see, I'm trying to get to that point of oblivion, not just a little, you know. See, I used to want to have that little buzz, but I got past that little buzz, and then I had to have that big buzz, and then that big buzz wasn't big enough, so I had to have a bigger buzz. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. I get a buzz today when I wake up, and I'm able to let the Spirit of the Lord work and share with somebody. I'm listening to somebody dump their heart and soul and talk about what's going on in life, and then say, okay, let's pray for it. Let's pray about it. Let's talk about it. Get him and say, this is what I had to do to get through that. This is what I had to do to get past that. You know, because we have to find ways and means to get through the fight. Because really, if you got Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, then you ain't got to do the fight. He does the fight. But see, you got to learn how to surrender to him, to let him intercede for you and help you through the fight. Because guess what? No matter what happens, you're still in the middle of the fight. I was in the Navy, and one of the things they did is we did training all the time. All the time. They call them drills. We'd be out at sea and doing anything, then all of a sudden over the speaker, they holler about battle stations, and then they tell you it's a drill. But see, the number one thing is we had to do the drill. So when they hollered battle stations and it was for real, we knew exactly what to do. Yeah. So here's the thing. You got to be in training, because when they holler battle stations for your life, you got to know what to do. Do you know that when you come in, that number one, you got to surrender. You got to be honest. Number two, you got to be open-minded. Number three, you got to be willing. If you're honest, open-minded, and willing, the process gets easier. But see, you got to understand, when I come in, I got to be honest that I got a problem. I got to be open-minded that there is a solution and that somebody else has it except me. Because the information I got ain't gonna be good. See, my mind is running like a computer with a virus in it. You ever tried to operate a computer with a virus in it? Computer with a virus in it, when you put in one thing, it does something totally different. 9 times out of 10, it just crashes on. How many times have you crashed on yourself? I don't want to try and count how many times I done crashed on me. And I ain't talking about when I was out there getting high. I'm talking about crashed on me being clean. trying to understand how to get through this thing called life. How to understand how to live in a house with another human being. Huh? You know, because I decided I wanted to be married. But see, here's the problem. There's another person that got a whole different mindset than you do, and you're trying to live with them, and now you're trying to understand them, but you don't understand yourself. That's two confusing things going on at the same time. So you have to get to that point where you understand yourself so that you can understand the person you're with. But see, here's the thing. Most of the time, I don't understand her. You know, I love her. I know her ways. She done taught me a lot of stuff about how she likes stuff. You know, it's done took 27 years for her to train me in when I cook brisket like I did tonight, to go in the kitchen and clean up. You know, because she always talked about, you don't never clean up. You don't never, and I got tired of hearing her saying, you don't never clean up. So I started trying to clean up. She's still teaching me because I ain't got it down perfect. You know, because I still ain't wiped down the doors and stuff. So now when I get home tonight, since I done brought it up, I'm gonna have to get the cleaning supplies out and go wipe down the doors. See, I ain't was good today. See, I'm really, I'm bragging on God because He has brought me so far.
Right.
I'm bragging on God, not on me. Because see, when I start bragging on me, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. Not just me. Y'all are too. Because if you're right there in the same vicinity of me, and I'm running on me time, and I'm running with me mind, and I done told God I got this, huh? Woo! Look out. Front page news says the fool has gone loose again. Huh? That's what's going to, because see, if you ask my wife, I walk in the house and she smell alcohol on me, what's she gonna do? No. She ain't, she said, she told somebody answer that question, here's her answer. I'm gone. She didn't say nothing about I'm gonna tell him, no, she gone. How you gonna tell a fool to get out and what you think he gonna do? No, he gonna act a fool. You thinking totally different. Cause see, I'm talking about that you ever seen the Tasmanian devil? Yeah. Huh? When he comes in, what he's doing? Destruction. Yeah. So if you're trying to run him out, you can't. Because all he's doing is tearing everything up. That means if you in his way, he's gonna tear you up. So that means get out the way. Huh? Go. Run. Quickly. But see, here's the thing. I got a loving God. I know you do too. Because see, if you trust in God, He's going to show you how to get through this. If you trust in God, He's going to show you what to do. If you lie on Him to let what Jesus said, I'm sending you a comforter. We said when I leave, I'm sending you a comforter. See, and the thing about it is, we don't know how to allow the comforter to have his way in our life because we've been trying to run it for so long. We don't know how to surrender to win because we've been taught to fight all the way to the death. We don't know how to let go because they say if you let go, it's just like driving. You let go of the steering wheel, you're gonna run into a tree. And they got these cars today. You let go of the steering wheel, they're gonna stay in the lane. I took a trip this weekend, and every time that car felt like I was too close to the left, it started trying to go back over this way. So I had to learn how to center myself in the lane with the car because I didn't want to fight with the car. Huh? And when something come up and I put my signal on and I want to change lane and something over there, that car goes beep, 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 beep. Okay. I see it, you know, but it's going to keep beeping. It's designed to inform me of things going on around me that I might not see. My blind spots. Hmm?
Sure.
Hmm? Nah, I ain't looking for that trailer. But see, the thing of it is, what I'm trying to share with you is we we connect and we allow God to work in our lives, Jesus Christ to be our Lord and Savior. He's going to help us and give us a spirit to help us understand. Now, here's the thing about that spirit. If you say no to that spirit enough, it's going to let you do what you want to do. It's not going to fight with you. Yeah? You know, it's not going to, it's going to tell you a few times you're going down the wrong path. When you feel like that and you keep on going, it's going to shut up. It's going to get over in the corner, sit down, and let you go through what you got to go through. Because once you go through it, hopefully you learn the lesson not to do it again. But see, some of us, we are so inundated of running the show, we don't even realize that we done went down the wrong road, down the street, and it's a dead end. And we see the dead end. We see that you can't go no further, but we still got our foot all the way on the gas, still trying to keep going, until we run into the brick wall, and then we say, what happened? Why am I back here again?
Yeah.
How did I tie everything up like this time? See, the thing of it is you got to get some things in place to help you to make that next step, to get to that next step. You know, we talk about in recovery, we talk about 12 steps. And when you learn how to take those 12 steps, they show you how to take 12 more steps. Because when you get down to step 12, it does not mean that you are finished. It means you're going to take another step. You're back to step 1. Because every day I wake up, I got to look at step 1. So I got a problem. But see, then I keep going through the steps, and then I understand. Today I get to wake up because I got a purpose. See, it's not a problem now, it's a purpose. Yeah. See, we move from the problem to the purpose. So what you got to do is now is as you're going through the process, you got to find out what your purpose is. Your purpose is to all that stuff that you done went through, to help somebody else who's gone through it, who's ready to come out of it, come out. But see, if you hadn't come out of it, guess what? You can't help nobody come out of it. Huh? You can't, if you grabbing somebody else's hand and help them out and they pull it stronger than you, that's where you going. Back in there. Because see, the Bible talks about, we find somebody that's in a fall, we go and strengthen them. But see, if it's gonna take us, then we don't go. We send somebody who can go and help strengthen that person. See, so that's how come in recovery they say don't go and help somebody. Go on a 12-step call by yourself. A 12-step call is going to find somebody who's hollering about they need help and want help, and you go over there by yourself. If the girl with the short dress called me to come over there and help her, guess what? I can't go. I'm gonna call somebody else to go. Because see, I know if I go what she's trying to do, that might not be what's first and foremost on her mind, but that because of the mindset, I already know what the mindset is. So and because now I got a new way of living. Yeah. And I'm connected. Number one is I'm trying to honor God. Yeah. Number two, I'm trying to honor my wife. Number three is I'm trying to honor myself. So why should I say, oh, I can handle it? No, I ain't gonna lie to myself like that. Yeah. But the thing of it is, we run the race and we run it to the best of our ability. And the only way to be able to win the race is we got to be in training for the race. Those that run races and win them, they go and they train. They start training and they've been training. These kids that go to the Olympics and competing in the Olympics, they started when they were little kids and growing up. And they start practicing then and learning and understanding and flipping and all of that stuff so that when they get to the race, they can win the race. And when the race is over, guess what? They're still practicing the race for the next race. They're still working and toning themselves and learning how to help themselves. So that's what we have to do for our recovery. Every area, every section, every part is we got to understand and work on it on a daily basis so that we can get better at our recovery so that at any time we get bombarded with life, we can withstand it from all sides. Because see, one of the things the Bible talks about, it says, put on the whole armor of God. But see, the thing of it is, if I don't know what the armor is and how to use the armor, I can't put the armor on. And then if I got the armor and I got it on, but I don't know what it's for, it serves me no purpose. So I got to learn how to put the armor on and how to use the armor and what the armor is for. Because see, most of the time what we're looking at is we're fighting a spiritual battle and we're looking at it from an earthly perspective. So when I started understanding that this battle is more than just me just stop drinking, it's more than me just stop doing a little weed and popping some pills and snorting this up this nose and snorting that up. It's more than that. Now, once I stop, I got to put something in its place. And they told me, make sure you make plenty of meetings. See, they told me make 90 meetings in 90 days. And in 90 days, I made 180 meetings. I told you I was making at least 3 meetings a day. And I wasn't missing a day. Because see, I know one thing about me is when I was out there, I didn't miss a day getting high. So why should I miss a day in recovery? Huh? The process is I'm changing what I'm doing, putting something in its place. So now, see, and then that's when somebody came over and they said, let's go get high. I said, no, I can't. I didn't even have to think about it. It just came out. I remember having about, I think it was almost a year clean, and I had to take my cousin to New York, drive them, and I was coming back and catching a flight back to Texas from DC, and they bumped me and put me in the first class seat. I had a coach seat, but they were full, and they had a first class seat open, so he put me up there. And here come the little lady with the card, and she said, what you want to drink? See, my mind is saying, get your rum and coke or gin and tonic and all of this here, but my lips said a Sprite. See, something had been put in place before I got on that plane that had my lips saying one thing, no matter what my mind was saying, because my mind was still, it's not my friend. I told y'all that. Today it's still not. And I have to do the 5 Alive to try and get it back on focus, to keep it on focus, to keep it on point, to keep from being the Tasmanian devil again. And then when I landed in Dallas, I got out the place where we were doing, that I was going to for meetings, is the man that owns it was a doctor, and he was a psychiatrist, and he was coming off on another flight, and I had to run up to him and grab him and hug him real hard and scared him to death. And then I said, thank you. And he says, what happened? And I told him the story. And he smiled and he grinned. He said, keep up the good work. But see, what if I'd have took the, right. What if I sit up there and done the other? Huh? I wouldn't have seen it. Because the police probably had to take me off the plane because I'd have been drunk and raising hell and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Ain't no telling. But see, I know for me, that was what the food would have come loose. Yeah. But I'm so grateful today that God has given me this gift. Because see, here's the thing. No matter what happens, don't go back to the old way of living. Don't go back to old way. I mean, no matter, Cause see, there was a time in my recovery, I was homeless and I didn't go back. Because I didn't realize I was going through a process of a setup. So if you're ready to win, if you're ready for it to change, because see, the dreams that I had when I was a kid, today, God has surpassed those. The dreams I have today, God is fulfilling those. And he's giving me more dreams. And he's giving me more passion. He's giving me more ideas and things to do. And I'm so grateful today. But see, it takes that sticking to it. Stay strong in the fight. Stay strong through the battle. Stay strong on a daily basis. Trust God, clean house, work with others. That's what the program says. Trust God, clean house, work with others. Because that's where your gift is, working with others. Thank y'all for letting me share tonight. We're gonna get ready here in just a minute and go for the baptism. Anybody got any comments or questions they want to say at this moment? Go ahead. Huh? Pray.
Dad told me, person right had told me to tell you that they're ready for everybody in that.
Real quick, I'm gonna tell you this. Pray, read your scriptures, call somebody in recovery, make a meeting, pray. They ready for everybody that's inside.
Hey, can you hear us? Man.
Yeah.
Hello. I guess they can't hear us. Hmm.
Nobody outside.
We got a baptism. You guys have to.
I'll let you guys.